All right, so I got some more energy today. How many videos did I post today? Let's see here. Oh, only two. So not that many. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going on chapter 16. And so I got the book open here. So go down to my bookmark, click on it, and now this next section is this part of the book. For anyone new to the series at this point, is the author. This is a book written by three authors. So this is the author Noah Gift giving some real world scenarios he's had in his real world career where he implemented DevOps to an environment that didn't have it before and solved a problem. So in this case, so the last video, the problem was a game studio couldn't make a version of their game that was only available online. The only version they could make work was the client version written in C++. So they had to they were using agile software development practices in a cargo cult sort of way, not understanding how to use them. So what Noah Gift did in that case is he forced them to think about their priorities. So the first thing he did is he shut down all the agile processes because they weren't doing it right anyway. It didn't matter. Then the next thing he did is he was able to somehow determine who were the actual competent core developers on the team and who was just like management. And then he worked with the small, like actual competent engineers and got the product to work. It had never been working before. It was meant to be accessed in a browser instead of downloaded and used as a client app, but they could just never get it working. So they got it to work. So then after that, what he did is he made them reevaluate their priorities as a company. And he did that by allocating more resources to this new product that they've got working now, even at the expense of the established product that they had working through that other means, but that was becoming very quickly technologically irrelevant. So, yeah, and one of the things he was able to do is so the big final hurdle in launching the product was creation of a continuous delivery system. So since he got those big hurdles out of the way, now all the barriers to setting up a robust DevOps style environment were out of the way. So he was able to do that, and they had a continuous delivery system, and their offering was able to be delivered in a more technologically relevant platform. So I wish I could. It'd be kind of cool to know like which video game it was. It sounds like it was something like World of Warcraft. We can look at his. Oh, you know what? This is probably the game right here. No, that's not it. But we can see what his work history is. And I should follow him. Yeah. Yeah, so he's got nearly 50 work experiences. A lot of teaching and writing. Works as a professor. Big time author at O'Reilly. He's got 5 books. This is the one I'm reading, Python for DevOps. All right, well, he's got a lot of work experience. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is it. Yeah, so I think this is it. Uh, Now he said he was doing something in the early 2000s. Yeah, here's the bouncer job. He worked with Chuck Liddell, who's a uh, probably a Hall of Fame UFC fighter. He worked side by side with Chuck Liddell to try to break up fights and stuff in a bar, or at the very least, have them go the favor of the bar. Um, so yeah, really interesting work history. It looks like he worked as a engineering supervisor for 12 years. So it's not like he has these 59 experiences just by hopping from job to job to job. It looks like, um, yeah, interesting. I'm just really interested in what the game might be. I feel like it probably might have been this VR. Sorry. Yeah, because Beyond View is like a gaming um, company. Or oh no, it's not. It's a okay. One final thing I want to look at is his education, because that's kind of my biggest insecurity. Is I have a I don't have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a master's degree. At this point, I don't even have a lot of certifications. I have a CCNA, and that's it. So my education looks really really bad. So if he has a, it would kind of make me feel a little bit better if his education session isn't all that hot. Okay, so he's got an MBA in management. He's got a computer information systems degree of, a master's. Yeah, he's got a master's degree. So he definitely has a bachelor's. Yep, he has a bachelor's degree, but it's in nutritional science. But so it's outside of the. Oh yeah, and he is a professional athlete pretty much too, or was trying to be one at some point. So computer science at Caltech. Oh, well, I guess he was working there for some reason. So yeah, he's got kind of a stellar work history. That's something I could probably do to improve my straights. I know there's schools out there that are purely online, so that would yeah. I just feel like school makes a lot of sense for me still. I don't know. The 2 year degree made such a massive difference. But yeah, this is a great person to follow, so I recommend following Noah Gift here. And moving on, so Python scripts take 60 seconds to launch. This was a problem that he solved using DevOps. Working at one of the top film studios in the world with one of the largest supercomputers in the world is a great way to see what happens at scale. One of the critical issues with open source software is that it may be built on a laptop in isolation from the needs of a large company. A developer is trying to solve a particular problem. On the one hand, the solution is elegant, but on another hand, it creates a problem. One of these problems in Python surfaced at this film studio because they had to deal with petabytes of data on a centralized file server. Python scripts were the currency of the company, and they ran just about everywhere. Unfortunately, they took about 60 seconds to launch. I don't know how long to run. A few of us got together to solve the issue, and we used one of our favorite tools, strace. I like strace as well. I learned a lot about it in the LPIC. The LPIC was wonderful, by the way. I'm glad. So it's a bash command. It comes in by default. So if I open up my command prompt and then go to my virtual machine, I should have strace. Yeah, so I've got strace installed. I can do a -h. We can see all the things I can do with it. But he's doing a -c and a -e. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do my own version of this. So let's do we're gonna do bash, and then we'll do a strace -h, and then take a look at what these options are. So we've got -c, which is summary only. So count time calls and errors for each syscall and report. And then we've got -e, which is decode. Interesting. Is that what -e is? Huh. Oh, here we go. So trace. This is -e. Trace. I guess -e is kind of odd here, but it's like the things you want to. It's like the specifying the syscalls. So you specify stat64 and open, and then yeah. So let me actually try this. I'm not going to do it with import click because I don't think I have that. I can actually take a look quick. So if I do Python 3, import click, I don't have it installed. So I'll try it with something else. I'm not sure I had stat64 either. I'll do import OS. And let's do it with Python 3. And there we go. So it looks like it went through successfully. It's just it didn't show the results for some reason. Not sure what's happening there. I did spell it right. STRACE. So yeah, not sure what happened there. Maybe if I try it with a different one. Let's try it with time. Okay, so it's not working for me. The Python 2 is O n log n, or superlinear time, for module lookup. The number of directories in your path would at least linearly increase the time it took to launch the script. This performance penalty became a real problem at the film studio because this often meant more than 100,000 calls to the file system to launch a Python script. This process was not only slow but incrementally destructive to the performance of the file server. Eventually, this started to crush the centralized multi-million-dollar file server completely. The solution was a combination of doing a deep dive with strace, for example, using the right tool for the job, and also hacking Python to stop looking up imports by using paths. Later versions of Python have addressed this issue through caching lookups, but it pays to learn tools that enable you to do a deep dive on performance. A final touch is to always run profiling as a part of the continuous integration process to catch these types of performance bugs. Note, Two other situations at film studios involving bad UX design combined with lousy architecture come to mind. One day, an animator came over to the main engineering section and asked for advice on solving a problem with a FileMaker Pro database that had been set up. The FileMaker Pro database that kept track of shots for the animation department kept getting deleted. When I asked to look at the database, there was a UI with two buttons next to each other. One was a medium-sized green button that said Save Entry, and the other one was a large red button that said Delete Database. I wonder what happened. At a completely different company, we noticed that one particular IP address was sending a tremendous amount of load toward the production MySQL database. When we tracked down the developer, they seemed a bit hesitant to talk to us. We asked if their department was doing anything special. They said they had a PyQt GUI that performed automation tasks. When we looked at the GUI, there were several buttons of normal size and then a large button labeled Go. We asked what that Go button did, and developer sheepishly said that everyone what? Everyone knows you don't press that button. I opened up an SSH connection to our database and ran top on the MySQL server. Next, I did press that button despite his protest not to. Sure enough, the database immediately went to 100% CPU sustained for several minutes. Why do you have to have a button like that? Just delete the button. That is nuts. All right. So I've kind of a bit more ambitious than I thought. My ambition is kind of betraying me right now. So, I'm 17 minutes in. You know what? I think my ambition kind of betrayed me. So, it's just a short video. This is all I can do. I thought I could do more, but I can't. So, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.